What is absolute truth? Well, first question that may come to mind is there such thing as absolute truth? Some people claim that there is no such thing as absolute truth. And people criticize people who claim to have the absolute truth. A lot of times, people who claim to have the absolute truth are dogmatic individuals who, are buying into and believing some sort of scripture or religious leader, or um, it could be a philosopher, or it could be some some sort of authoritarian figure. um, so if we're going to ask the question, is there such thing as absolute truth, I think another question that might come up is What what's the difference between absolute truth and relative truth? So basically, absolute truth is something that is, or it's a truth that is always true, right? So it's absolutely true. It's unconditionally true, and it's under all conditions true. And then, so this is the kind of truth that, people might seek. Um, People might do spiritual practices in order to discover, like meditating or yoga, or breath work, or, any of that kind of stuff. Um, and then there's relative truth. Relative truth is true relative to something else. Now, that's the kind of truth that we typically are referring to when we're talking about the truth. In not a spiritual or a truth seeking sort of way, but like, you could say snow is white. Well, that's true relative to our eyes, vision, and you could say that a basketball is small. That may be true relative to the size of a person, an adult person. Um, and that's, if you really look into what we call true, um, what we'll see is that if we look closely, all of those things that we call true are actually relative truths. So when we're wondering what is absolute truth, well, what is truth? Truth is the way that something actually is. And um, in that sense, when we're speaking about something, we're not actually we're not, when we speak of something, that's not a replacement for the thing that we're speaking of. For instance, um, this little remote right here. This little remote. Um, Now, if I'm gonna speak of this truthfully, if I attempt to speak of this truthfully, I'm going to say that this is a remote control, and it's silver, and it's it's got buttons on it. Okay? So when I am speaking of it and I'm attempting to do so truthfully, I am saying words and concepts that symbolize this. It's not literally this. It's words and concepts. We have to abstract it and give meaning to those words and concepts in order for it to attempt to truthfully speak of this. But it's an illusion because the words and concepts are not this. But because we give meaning to it, the illusion is that we're actually speaking of this truthfully. But we do have to make sacrifices when we speak about it. The most accurate way to depict this truthfully is to not become removed and speak about it, but to actually just it's doing it itself. It's doing it for itself. This is the truth of this. And in that way, absolute truth is everything just being what it is. There's when we speak about it, that's a relative truth. But the thing we're speaking about is the absolute truth. So you can think of absolute truth as being or existence. Um, but when we think about existence, then we are abstracting. And even that abstraction is not separate from the absolute truth because it's being too. It's all just being. If you think about all of existence just being right now, that's the absolute truth. It's this. It's everything without thinking about it. Just being itself, truthfully. Um, so that's what the absolute truth is. It's ising. It's ising. it's it's just being. Being is truth. And you're just being. So you don't find the truth. You are the truth. You are being. Um, being is being. So can the absolute be found? The absolute truth be found? When you're seeking it, the it's kind of like a cruel trick because you're seeking it in concepts and thoughts, and that is the only thing that is keeping you from being aware of the truth, which is you can't think about it because that removes you from it. It's right here. This is it. But yeah, so that's it. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, then please hit the subscribe button. If you want to comment, then please comment down below. If you know anybody who might like this, then please share it. And if you want to see new content when I drop it, hit that little bell button. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.